Hello, my dear friends. The topic for this session is presentation skills. This topic is prescribed for Shastri Part 1, English Literature, Paper 2nd. However, this topic is also useful for all those who wish to develop their presentation skills. So we'll be talking on this topic with the help of a slideshow. So here we go. Now, first of all, we must know what we mean by presentation. Let us define it. Now, presentation is a means of communication at various speaking situations, like talking to a group or addressing a meeting. You can look at the picture given here. One person is presenting to an audience of 4 or 5 persons. He is standing beside a board. He's taking help of that board also. And he is the presenter. So this is the way how you present before an audience. So it may be a situation. Your number of audience may be more and your speaking situation might differ. Now, we shall learn the steps for preparing an effective presentation. So we want that our presentation is effective. So what all steps go into making it an effective presentation? For this, we have to make use of 4 P's. So what are these 4 P's? First is plan. You have to make a planning, what you have to present. And then you make the preparations. This is second P, prepare. Third is practice. And the fourth is present. So first of all, you will plan your discourse, the topic that you will be talking on, discussing on. Then you make necessary preparations for that. And after that, you practice a lot before you start your presentation. And the fourth thing is the present. These 4 P's you must remember: plan, prepare, practice, and then present. Next, so planning. So how to go about this planning part, let us see. So for planning, you will have to find the answers to the following questions. First of all, you should know what is your audience. Who will be the people you will be talking to? They may be students, teachers, employees, common man. It may be a political gathering or a social one. So you should know beforehand what the people are, who the people are, what is their level of understanding. This must be very clear to you. Then comes, why are they there? So obviously they are there to listen to you. But what is their purpose of being there? Why have they come here? What do they want to hear from you? What is the specific thing that you wish that has to be conveyed to them? Then what is your goal? What is your purpose? What do you want to convey? What is the message that you want them to take home? This must be clear to you. And after all, how long will it be? This must be clear to you. It may be of 10 minutes, 20 minutes, half an hour or more. But the time limit that has been allotted to you must be in your mind so that you may finish all those things that you want to convey. So how long it will be must be also there. And lastly, where will it take place? You should know the place, the spot, the venue where this presentation is going to take place. This will make you comfortable so that you can imagine where you will be standing, where the audience will be seated. All these things, if there is a picture in your mind, you will be more comfortable beforehand, before you make the presentation. Next is the structure of your presentation. Now, for that, this will go into your practice. So write your presentation in this order. Make an order in this way. First of all, you must know your objective, the purpose of your presentation, what you want to convey, the message. Next, the important thing is beginning or introduction. Your beginning has to be effective. It must be able to grab the audience attention. In the very beginning, if you capture the attention of the audience, your half the battle is won. So this thing you must keep in mind. The next thing is main content. Your main content, well researched, you have explored all the aspects of the topic, and it must be relevant to the topic. Don't digress. Don't talk or beat about the bush. Come to the point. Whatever matter you talk on must be relevant to the topic. Then the important part is the conclusion or the recommendations. What you want to conclude, what you want to recommend, the key message that you wanted to convey, it has to be brought home to the audience. So this must be clear that this is the message that I wanted to convey. And the last thing is questions. Now, after listening to you for half an hour or so, there might prop up certain questions in the minds of the audience. They would like to hear from you some doubts that they have in their minds. Something was not clear, or something different, or something very much related to the topic they want to ask. So you must be well prepared with the possible questions that they may ask. This will happen if you have prepared well with your topic. So be ready for all the questions that might come up after your presentation. So objective, beginning, main content, conclusion, and then questions. Then prompt. Now, what is prompt? Some of you might have heard this word. Actually, this word is from drama. In drama, what happens when the actors are performing on stage? One person behind the screen has the script within his hands. Now he is speaking out the dialogues for the benefit of the actors. In case they forget, they are able to hear and then speak. So there is no forgetting in between. So this is called prompt. But here, what are your prompts? Your prompts are the short bullet points. So, for example, I have prepared this slideshow for you and have written some bullet points here. This is a bullet point that you see on the screen. So such bullet points you can write on your screen show, that is your slides, and write only the keywords, not all the sentences. You cannot write all the sentences. You cannot fill the slide. You write only the keywords so that you are able to remember or you don't forget any of the points that you wanted to make. Now put them in your PowerPoint slides. This is a PowerPoint slide that you see. So these points have been put on the slides, and these are for you only, for your reference, so that you don't forget and you remember what topic is to be dealt with or what key point is to be dealt with in this order. Then come your visual aids. Now visual aid. So in your slides and all, use simple fonts. The fonts should be readable. They should not be cursive or something like that, artistic way. Use simple fonts. The purpose is that you are able to read it. Sometimes it might happen that even you are not able to read them. The colors and graphs should be very simple, not gaudy and all like that. You can use images and clip art. These are available on the computers. You can make use of them, search them, explore them, surf them. You will find a lot of them, and out of which you can select. Remember to use 3 to 7 bullet points per slide. The slide has its limitation. You do not overcrowd the slide. Use 3 to 7 bullets, that is enough. Don't overcrowd it. Don't fill the slide with too much of points. It might happen that even you yourself are not able to read it properly. So don't do that. Use new or different visual aids. Make some variations, make some difference. Different visual aids will make the slides interesting. Then what about your voice? Now speak more loudly than your normal pitch. Now you're not talking to a friend. You're talking to an audience, and you have the size of the audience in front of you. You must speak in such a way, in such a pitch, that even the last man out there must be able to hear you. Okay? So that is the normal pitch that you have to follow. Change your pitch and volume. Don't be monotonous. Don't be dull. Change your pitch. Change your volume. Sometimes you will speak softly. Sometimes you will stress some point with a loud voice. Okay? Change accordingly. Now give emphasis to important points. You can give emphasis to your important points by stressing or by speaking in a louder volume. Then appearance. How should you appear before the audience? The one thing is, wear dark colored dress. This will be impressive. Next is wear comfortable shoes, because you have to walk around sometimes. You have to reach a member of the audience. You have to move around here and there, make gestures. So your shoes should be comfortable. Okay, if you don't feel comfortable with your shoes, just see beforehand. And move a bit while speaking. Don't stand like a lamppost. Keep moving, but don't move too much, slightly. Look confident. Initially, you will feel that confidence is not there, but try to wear confidence. Look confident. And this you can do by wearing a smiling face. Make it a habit to keep a smile on your face always. It may be a plastic smile. Some of you don't have the habit of smiling, but keep a smiling face always. That will make your speech or your presentation very effective. Then comes your style. Now your style is good. You are unique in this world, aren't you? So don't copy others. Don't try to copy anybody, your ideal or idol. Don't copy them. You cannot become the other one. You are yourself good. Have this idea in your mind that your style, whatever, however is it, it is good. Use ordinary words and sentences. The main purpose is that your message is conveyed properly, lucidly. So use ordinary words and sentences. Don't try to impress the audience with bombard of words. Use ordinary words. You may have a knowledge of a lot of dictionary words. You might be a Shashi Tharoor, but don't try to impress this way. Use ordinary words and sentences. Be yourself. Now, next, the questions. So think of the questions the audience may ask well in advance. You must imagine. There might be some of these which you are not ready for. So you must be ready for the questions that the audience may ask. Now the preparation material. You can use the following items to make the content of your presentation. So these are the following items to make the content of your presentation, the handouts. If you look at this picture, the presenter is giving out these handouts to the audience. These handouts contain the preliminary information regarding the topic that you are going to talk on. This will help to make the background. You can also make personal notes for yourself. Internet is there. Make use of internet. You can get ample information, more than sufficient information from the internet. So don't shy from using internet sources. These will help a lot. And then the visual aids we had talked before. Visual aids are very helpful. These are helpful to convey your message in an effective manner. Then how to practice for the presentation. Rehearsal is very important. Rehearsal all points that you prepare. Don't leave any point. All the points are to be prepared well in advance. Rehearse with all visual aids and handouts. All the handouts that you are making use of, read them properly. See what all is there in your visual aids and handouts, so that you know. Suppose somebody asks something and you can tell him that you can refer to this handout written on this 4th line, 5th line, whatever. This you must rehearse beforehand. Practice again and again to manage time. Once or twice practice is not enough. In the beginning, you need a lot of practice, and you have to practice how to manage time. Suppose you know that you have to present yourself for half an hour. So your topic, all the points that you wish to make use of, must be managed in that proper time. Now rehearse in front of a mirror or a friend. Now, if a friend is available, can spare some time for you, that is the best part. But in case a friend is not available, you can rehearse in front of a mirror. You can know how you look, how you appear, and how you express yourself. Look at this picture. This person is preparing himself, standing in front of a mirror. Then comes the actual presentation. Now make an effective start. That is very essential. Your start should be effective. As I told you before, you have to grab the audience attention. This you can do with a nice, interesting joke or an interesting story or something like that. Make an effective start. That is very important. If you begin or if start properly, half the battle is won. Now engage the audience in the first 2-3 minutes. First 2-3 minutes are very important. The audience can gather whether they are going to get something interesting or not during this presentation or not. So you have to engage them in the first 2-3 minutes. If they are engaged, they will be hooked for the rest of your presentation. Show your passion through your movements and gestures. Keep moving, move your hands a bit, eyes a bit, head. All these things you can do while making your presentation. So this will show that you are passionate about your topic. You are so much interested in that topic and you pass on that passion to the audience. Make an eye contact. That is very essential. Look into the eyes of the audience. Don't look for the gaps between two people. Look into their eyes. This makes your things very effective. And don't forget to smile as well. Smiling, as I told you before, is very essential. Unless your topic is very grim. If you're talking on something very serious topic, something serious is to be discussed, then you should not smile. That is obvious. But generally, in normal cases, you have to keep smiling while presenting yourself. Now, we must also remember what might be the flaws in presentation. Flaw means shortcomings, something which are not helpful in making your presentation effective. This is lack of experience. Initially, you don't have experience, but gradually you will learn and experience will come. Don't bother about it. So be confident. Lack of enthusiasm, as I told you before, if you are passionate about your topic, passionate means you have your own interest very much in the topic. You have researched a lot. This will show that you are so much passionate and you have enthusiasm on this topic. Lack of practice. Practice, practice, practice. Very essential. Practice makes a man perfect, you all know. So there should not be a lack of practice. Lack of related material. If you have not done your research properly, your presentation will not be effective. Remember this thing. So all related material should be researched beforehand. You must explore all possible aspects of your topic. So gather all the related material. Lack of confidence. Initially, you will feel that you don't have confidence. Just feign confidence if possible. Okay, do this. Don't hesitate. Hesitation is a great obstacle. Don't hesitate. So you have to overcome all these things. And then the last thing is ambiguity in the results that you want to conclude. Your result should not be ambiguous. Ambiguous means it is not clear. You yourself are not clear about the conclusion of your topic. Then how can you convey? So it should not be ambiguous. It should be very much clear into your mind so that you will be able to pass on your conclusion to the audience. If you don't remove all these obstacles, all these flaws in presentation, see, look at this picture, how the audience is reacting. One person is sleeping, the other is yawning, and the other two are looking puzzled at the presenter. So this thing should not be there. If these things are there, it only shows that there are some flaws in the presentation. And if all these things given here, you have to overcome them. Then let us talk of the factors for successful presentation. First thing is be over-prepared. Not just prepared, over-prepared. Much more practice is required. Rehearse and practice several times till the time you are confident yourself. Have grip on your topic. As I told you a number of times, you should have your grip on the topic. If this will come if you have done a good research on the topic. Know your subject well. This is very important. Be positive. This should also be there in your life. So be positive during your presentation also. And avoid stress. No tension. Ask the stress or tension to come tomorrow, not today. Then we come to the conclusion. Always be prepared. That is very essential. Channelize your fear. Okay. Avoid your fear. Channelize it. Interact with the audience. It should not be a one-way traffic. Talk to them. Listen to them. Interaction should be there. So interact with your audience. So that's all for today. Thank you.